You're recording.
Okay. Thank you for joining us at the board meeting of NYC School Bus Umbrella Services. I note for the record that we have a quorum to conduct business. As an initial matter and to facilitate preparation of the minutes for this meeting, I would like to designate Board Director Lynn as interim secretary for this meeting. Next, I will preview the agenda, which today includes approval of the minutes from our last meeting on August 17th, 2021, and consideration of resolutions. Our first item of business is the approval of the minutes of our August 17th, 2021 meeting. Board Directors, this is item number 2 in your packet. Do I have a motion to put the item on the table?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any questions about the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes are approved. Our next item of business is consideration of resolutions. Board Directors, this is item number 3 in your packet. Our first resolution for consideration authorizes the CEO to execute contracts. I will now turn it over to the CEO to briefly describe the 3 contracts before the board.
Hi, everybody. So these are 3 relatively simple contracts. 2 of them as part of the purchase of Reliance assets. We agreed to, they had leased 168 buses from Bank of America and Bank of the West. We had agreed to purchase those buses separate from the purchase of their other school buses. So you are authorizing that purchase, which we'll do this afternoon. And then third, we're going to get health insurance. So we worked with the Office of Labor Relations, and they helped us find a health plan through Emblem for all of our employees.
Thank you, Matt. Do I have a motion?
Are these purchases or taking over the leases?
Yeah, and we are buying the leases out, so we will own the buses.
Okay, got it. And were the leases originally set up as leases to buy, or are they a new arrangement that we engaged?
They were, so I'm sorry, I don't know exactly. They were operating leases, so Reliance always had the option to buy them. I don't know what their intention was, whether they would. We are unable to release them because we don't have credit, not in a bad way. We're just a new company that doesn't have credit. So we explored the possibility of releasing them, and we're told in an appropriate way that until we have a track record, that is not possible.
Okay, got it.
There isn't, so in fact, we don't have we have had trouble, frankly, we've had trouble getting the payoff letter from the Bank of the West. Bank of America, so we're waiting to, I mean, it's not, we have recently, as an hour ago, have been trying to get numbers from the Bank of the West.
But the per diem is between August 13th, whatever the purchase date is.
And today, which could be today, because I think Matt's ready to.
We're ready to execute this. I mean, it's so weird that the West hasn't, we've been asking that.
And they haven't.
Are you wanting to be here? Okay, go.
Any other questions?
No, I'm good.
Keep off the rock, but not in the middle.
Do I have a motion to put the item on the table?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution is approved. The next resolution authorizes the CEO to enter into a contract to lease vehicles to Reliant. I will now turn it over to the CEO to briefly describe the need for this resolution.
So we will be in the funny position of owning 168 buses that Reliant will need for the first 5 days of school between September 13th and September 17th, when we expect to close and take over. So we will lease the buses. We are talking to them this afternoon about the lease rate. We expect it is going to be nominal. Frankly, Reliant is insuring the buses. They're storing the buses for us. This is seemingly immaterial. And we've also, just so you know, we've been clear with our insurers to make sure the buses are insured, and otherwise taking steps. The buses will not be driven until the 13th.
They're insured by the same party that insures all of our other buses?
They will be on the 13th. Once we have insurance for buses to roll, we'll insure these, yes.
Okay,
Until then, they won't be driven. The board is still deciding about whether it would get property insurance for the buses sitting on a lot. The danger there that is just, a tree fall. I mean, there aren't trees around the buses. But we think this is a perfect, given asset purchases are always a little odd. This is a
got it. There is no end date in here. Is that okay?
Yeah, and I think I can speak to that if it's helpful. So the Reliant is operating under an emergency contract that provides for service through September 17th. That contract contains an automatic renewal. And so just to give flexibility to the board, to Matt, as he's negotiating this, if for whatever reason the service slips, then this gives Matt the authority to make sure that Reliant has those buses for the duration of whatever that renewal period might be.
Got it. Okay, that works for me.
And so, Matt, just to clarify, so we as a board will need to vote on insurance for the buses, but before the 17th, before the 13th, or we've already done that, it will just kick in on.
You approved the casualty insurance pending DOE, further DOE approval.
Yeah.
So once the DOE says yes, we can do it.
Great. Okay.
So Reliant is going to run the buses through the 17th with us. We are intending to actually try to take over and run all of the routes starting on the 18th.
The 20th, yeah, 17th is
20th.
Friday. The 20th will be our first day of service.
Does that still give you enough time, Matt, to onboard all of the employees? I don't know, because we're still not finalizing the CBA.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yes, so it does, and
Oh,
no, happy to.
Is it appropriate to go into executive session?
To
Or,
discuss, it would be to
discuss personnel
CBA,
matters.
Personnel and CBA.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to do a room. But yeah, if there's a motion to go to an executive to discuss personnel and collective bargaining.
Oh, before we do that, if we could, just on the issue of the buses. So if this were extended beyond the 17th, we don't have that. You have the authority to do that, right? With the lease.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
So is there a motion to move to an executive session to discuss personnel and CBA related matters?
Sure. Do we have to vote on this resolution before that, or do we come back and vote?
If you're ready to vote on this one, we can vote on it.
Yeah. Why don't we vote?
Okay, so yeah, why don't we vote? Why don't we close this one out and then we can move to executive session. So on the resolution authorizing the CEO to enter into a contract to lease vehicles to Reliant, do I have a motion to put the item on the table?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? The resolution is approved. Okay, now there being a motion to move us to executive session to discuss CBA and personnel related matters, we will move to executive session and then return to the public meeting.
Okay, we're recording.
There being no further business, is there a motion to adjourn?
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is approved and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Have a nice
thanks,
weekend,
everybody.
guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.